Hi everybody, welcome to Mrs. O's Art Fun. Here today to do a directed drawing with you with some meaning behind it today. I know that there's been some unrest in the world, especially in the US, between different cultures and between people with different color skin. And people aren't always treated equally or how they should be, largely based on what they look like. So if your skin isn't Caucasian or white and it happens to be a version of brown, sometimes you're not treated very well. And sometimes people are afraid of you or don't trust you. And it's really not the way the world should be. And I know that when we're at school, um, we're all the same. We treat everybody the same as best as we can. And the thing I love about kids is you're friends with people that look different all the time. And often most children don't know the difference between the color of skin, and just love their friends for being their friends. So today I'm going to promote equality and acceptance and try to spread a little bit of love through my directed drawing. And we're going to draw two hands of different colored skin that are coming together to create a heart and sharing love. So this is what it will look like when we're done. I'm going to put that over there, and then I'm going to show you now how to do it. So I'm using my big old hands. You will be using your small hands, and we're actually going to draw this picture upside down. So we're going to trace our hands in such a way that you can see in the middle there it creates an upside down heart. Drawing hands is one of the hardest things to do in art, and I tried to free draw it without tracing, and I failed miserably. So I've changed the process, and what you're going to do is you're going to draw your hand and you're going to trace it on the left side of the paper. If you're right-handed, you'll be probably starting with your right hand. If you're left-handed, you'll have the pencil in your left hand and you'll put your hand down and you'll trace with your left hand. Now, the tracing hands can be challenging. You need to take your time. If you need an adult or a friend to help, that's totally fine. So you can put your hand there and they can do the tracing for you. The key here is to kind of place your thumb and your pointy finger in such a way that it makes a bit of a heart shape. All right, so now I'm going to just start tracing. I'm starting up by my wrist, and I'm actually touching my hand. You can see my hand moving a little bit with the pencil, and I'm pushing my pencil against my hand to keep from making jiggity jogs or wobbles. And they're not going to be perfect. They're going to be, oh, my ring's a bit challenging in there. There's my hand. All right, so now my job is to take my other hand, my right hand, and I'm going to connect it with my fingers that are already there so that we have a heart in the center of our art. And this is where it's a bit more challenging. I'm going to start over here because I'm not left-handed. So this is where you might need help. You maybe need someone to trace when you're using your less dominant hand. So I'm going a little bit slower because I'm not left-handed. And there we're making that beautiful heart. And you might be drawing over top of your other hand. That's okay. We will erase it. So there you go. There's your tracing. Now if I flip it around, you can see the heart. Now, what I'm going to do is I am going to go over my lines with a Sharpie or a black pencil crayon or a pen or a crayon. Now, right here, I'm going to use all my lines of this hand. Okay, so now you notice that my hand's see-through and you can see my other fingers underneath it, and that's when you want to erase. So now you can't see these fingers, and these fingers are actually going underneath my hand. Okay, so if I trace, then I'm going to stop there, and then I'm going to start again there, and I'm creating the heart right now. And I stop there because the finger is going underneath this finger, and I start right there. Now I'm tracing the best I can. If I'm not perfectly on the line, the pencil line, that's okay, because afterwards we're going to erase. So now you see two hands coming together, making a heart, creating love and acceptance. And you see some pencil lines. So this is where you come in with your eraser and you just erase some of those pencil lines. So that's why it's probably better to outline your hand with a Sharpie or a marker even, because if you use a pencil crayon, you can't erase, you'll erase your pencil. And if you use a crayon will kind of smear when it goes over top of a pencil. So better to do a kind of a permanent black line with a pen of some sort. There, it's coming along. So from there, you're going to choose two colors, and we're taking two different skin colors. I used a crayon and a pencil crayon for that, and you're going to start coloring. And then your heart in the middle. And you could actually paint as well. You don't have to color. So let's create that heart together. At least my table's quite soft, so the paper's moving a little bit. And I'm using my big crayons because I like coloring with bit of crayons. So we've got a pink heart there. Might add a bit of red over top just to give it some dimension. So I'm going to let you continue to color. Remember that this picture is representing the connection between all people, no matter what the color of their skin. We have to become more accepting, and we have to become more willing to stand up for what's right. And I know kids know that, and I know you all know how to do that. And that's what I appreciate the most about teaching children, is they know how to treat people fairly. So thank you for sticking with me today on a little bit of a more somber art project, but one that has a big impact. So thank you, everybody. Be good to each other, and we'll see you later, alligators.